Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have an inspiration build. This is the inspiration that I got and that's kind of what I made. So let's go ahead and see how I did it. So I'm calling this In the Narrows because it's quite a tall, narrow build. It's like 4 stories high and yeah, just a tall, narrow building, which I think is quite an interesting shape. Like, it was quite interesting to work this out from a interior sort of aspect, because obviously you've got to fit in stairs and all the rooms that you want. I didn't actually make this a multi-residential. I could have, I guess, but I didn't want to. I wanted to just make it like a single residential. So, I don't know who lives in a 4-story home, but nonetheless, this is what we've created today. And it's actually ended up being quite cool, so I was very happy with that. So I'm just doing like a little platform with stairs going down to a second platform, because that's kind of what it had in the inspiration. I'm just trying to stick to the inspiration as much as I can. Obviously it is, you've got to tweak it a little bit because it's The Sims and you're not always going to have like the perfect things that will, work perfectly with particular items, but I think we made it work pretty well. So 4 stories high. I am just currently working on like a fencing that'll work nicely, and like an exterior trim to go underneath it, just because that's kind of the look that was around the front of the build in the picture. So that's kind of what I'm going for, and just doing like a trim around the top, just so like the top extends like a little bit more, like a little bit further out, because that was kind of the look that was in the inspiration. So that's just what I'm working on. And now I'm working on the windows. They had like quite narrow, I guess, modernish windows, but not like super modern, because they still had like the line through them. And then like there was like 2 kinds of windows. So there's like the tall sort of narrow ones with the sort of single pane or double pane, and then there was what do you call these? Like I always call them like waffle windows. And it's not what they're called at all. But they're like got like lots of hatches in them. Like lots of little panes, but I call them waffle windows, and I don't know what they're actually called, but yeah, that's what I call them, waffle windows. You guys don't want to know what goes on in my head sometimes. The things I call things in my head, it's just like, it's not right. Waffle windows. Anyway, waffle windows they are. Anyway, so like there was 2 types of windows. There was like a plain and pane, and there was the waffle windows. I don't know what to call them mouse-wise. Multi-pane windows? Pain in my head because I'm trying to think of an appropriate name for them, maybe. Oh dear. So I decided that I would add like some little balconies around the back as well. Obviously I could only see the front from the inspiration, so the back I'm just kind of making up as you do, but I thought it would like be quite cool to match the front, like, because the front has all the balconies running up, so I thought that would be quite cool to do like a little reversal of that around the back, but in the smaller context. But because those little balconies, obviously you can get out there and stand on them, and that's about it. You can't do much else out there. And also I do apologize if you can hear like this noise in the background. The cicadas outside are going hard, like so hard. They're just like, I don't know what's going on out there, but they're very noisy today, and it's quite a humid day. It's been raining, but now it's sort of sunny and hot and humid, and I need the door open because otherwise I will die of humidity, because I had to shut like the windows because there's like enough breeze that they were going to rattle the blinds, and then that's an annoying noise in the background. So it's a whole production getting myself organized to even just record anything. It's just like, what doors will I have open, which windows? Cicadas, shush. But no, anyway, I'm just going to work on where I'm going to put the landscaping. So the landscaping for this for the inspiration was actually quite I guess modernish in its nature, because it didn't have, like, it wasn't overabundant. It was like kind of all around the front of the house, and just sort of like dotted which is quite a modern kind of landscaping. And yeah, so I did try and copy that as best as I could, and it had like a little side garden in that little raised part that I just moved, that part there. So that's like a little raised garden bed, which I thought was super cute. And it had like some potted plants in there, which is something a little bit different. And like there was some potted plants like dotted around in the garden area as well, which I thought was cool. So I kind of did that a little bit as well, because you know I was trying to keep as close as I could to the inspiration. So we'll see how this sort of turns out, but I think I did all right with it. So I'm using that pot. I think I changed that because I was initially going to use this pot here from Base Game, which is quite a cool pot actually. I need to use that more, but you know, it's one of those things that you just kind of forget about. Anyway, so I used that, but then I think I changed it to the planter pot that is just the, you know, the round Base Game one that you get. Oh, this one here, yeah. So I just used that instead. I felt like it just kind of worked better. Because I needed something in a more neutral colour, and that sort of gave me a little bit more flexibility with putting a few pots dotted around the garden as well. Oh, and I'm just trying to move this around because I wanted to put a pool there, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to be able to fit a pool there. I want to put a pool in. So that's what I did. And I just inset the stairs so that they come down and they didn't stick out. They didn't stick out from the porch, which is what I wanted to do. And yeah, so it's just like a neater, tidier sort of look for a stair. Rather than having the stair sticking out, you just inset it into the porch area, and it just like, it's a nice tidy way to have stairs. And you also then don't need to pay for railings, which is a nice addition if you're going, particularly if you're going for a budget build. I'm not going for a budget in this one. It was just something I aesthetically wanted to do, but also when you're trying to save money and you're on a budget, then yeah, if you don't want to pay for railings, then it's a little way around that. I'm actually thinking in hindsight I should have done the inset around on the other stairs around the front as well, but I did not. So them's the breaks. Now, so just getting some little bits and pieces around the property. So you've got your lounge seats and your table, and I'm just working on some plants and stuff to go around. So I did actually build this in Evergreen Harbour, so that's the eco lifestyle world, because I thought, like, when I looked at the house, I just kind of thought what world would it suit, and just because it had quite like a neutral look on the outside with the bricks and stuff, I kind of thought, you know what, I feel like, you know, I'm getting like some eco lifestyle vibes from this house, so that's what I did. So I'm just dotting a bit of green around the place, because obviously we are in the Evergreen Harbour, so we want to have some green, but also it was part of the inspiration as well. It had, like, you know, quite a nice little bit of green dotted around. It did not have this area, however. I wanted to break up the whole garden thing and just like make it a little bit more functional, have a little seated area. I think later I actually off camera perhaps I deleted that tree at the front because it was quite blocking, and I put something else in that front area instead that was a lot lower, and I think that worked a little bit better because there was that tree just kind of blocked the way a little bit. Usually I would do like the tall, thin sort of trees, like the cypress type trees, because they are easier just to kind of put in beside things like that one there. But I wanted to go a little bit more leafy in this one, and yeah, so I went a little more leafy. I think I'm using like the bamboos around the front and one of the beech tree or something like that, Base Game ones, the leafier ones around there, sort of tall and thin and leafy, which are a little bit harder if you're like going closer to the house, but I think most of these were like far enough away from the house that it didn't go through the walls or anything like that. So we are now moving inside, and I'm just working out how I'm going to get the stairs in because obviously we've got 4 stories to work on, and so it's got to be like a stairwell going all the way up. Bung, ba-dung, 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 ba-dung. I'm just using the round Base Game lights, probably one of my favorite lights. I love these ones and the square ones from Base Game. They are fantastic because they sit like nice and low. I mean, not nice and low, nice and high, the opposite of low. So like, you know that there's not going to be issues with the Sims like getting stuck because the lights are too low. That's an issue. Anyway, I don't have that issue because I use those lights and they're good. So I'm just working out the floor plan. So it's going to have all the living stuff on the bottom. So we're going to have kitchen, dining and living room on the bottom. And then as we move upstairs, it's just going to be the 3 bedrooms upstairs. So I'm just getting I'm actually using the Snowy Escape. I thought the Snowy Escape couch and furniture actually worked really nicely on the interior. And I'm just going very wood on the interior. So it's all very sort of natural, upcycle kind of vibe, which is, you know, it's Evergreen Harbour. We've got to be thinking about the environment. So I made like a faux, I guess, coffee table-ish, TV table-ish thing with with multiple like side tables from Snowy Escape. I just wanted something like that was a little bit wider than the coffee table that the TV could sit on. So yeah, you know, sometimes you just make things up. And I'm going really Snowy Escape on this one because I'm using the Snowy Escape kitchen stuff as well. And I'm just doing like a few open shelves for storage because the kind of the sleek closed off cabinets were probably not going to work in that little tiny area very nicely. But also unconventional storage is also very in for 2024 when it comes to kitchens and stuff, so that's what I wanted to consider. And also there's like a lot of under cabinet storage too, so, and I hope I fix that sink. I think, oh yeah, no, I do. I switched the dishwasher over to the other cabinet because I realized that the sink was not really usable, so I switched it all over and did the switcheroo there. So that all sort of worked. Did the cute little curtains from Growing Together, and then I'm going to do like a little island in the middle because I thought, well, there's not really much in the way of kitchen cabinetry, and there is like a bit of space in the middle that I need to fill, so I thought, well, you know what, we'll do a kitchen cabinet there. But first I'm going to do the little dining area, so just a 3-seating dining table and just using the Snowy Escape again. Just, I think because that wood actually colour-wise worked so nicely with the colours of the room, and it's just like, you know, a lot of wood, and I like that. I love wood. I think it's I don't know, it's very in for now because nature inspired is very in, and you know, bringing in those natural materials, very in, but I think there's like a soothing kind of warmth to wood as well, you know, which is something that I really like, and yeah, I quite like that style, so I'm into it. So I just made like a sort of kitchen island out of the end pieces of the island from the kitchen counters, and then because of the little shelves underneath and stuff like that, obviously I had like quite a bit of space that I could like put bits and pieces under, and yeah, so it made it look like there was like lots of storage in this kitchen, which I think is pretty cool. And it gives the Sims like a little bit more space to do their little things. And plus I wanted to pretty it up some with some more flowers. Once again, from Snowy Escape. I'm going hard on Snowy Escape. I'm pretty sure I'm using more Snowy Escape than I am Eco Lifestyle in this build. And it's in the, you know, it's in the Eco Lifestyle world. But if I was building in Mount Kamarabi, then I'd have to do it in a different style. Because obviously, stylistically, Mount Kamarabi is a little bit different, so yeah, it works. Anyway, just building like a little tiny narrow bathroom, fully functioning. So you got your shower, your toilet, and your sink and mirror. So I've got all the bits and pieces there. I was just changing the cabinet. I mean, not the cabinet, the sink. And just squeezing a few things in beside there. Squeezing it all in. You know what? If all else fails, just shrink it down and squeeze it on in there. It's all good. So, oh, and I was just going to put a plant on top of there. It didn't work super well, but I think it worked okay. It's just kind of a little bit on the edge. I couldn't get it any further back, so that's it. But anyway, just because it's a small bathroom doesn't mean you can't decorate it, by the way. So don't be afraid of adding a little bit of decoration to your smaller bathrooms. And then moving on to the first of 3 bedrooms. So this is the second level bedroom. Now I'm doing like a little thing there. It's like a current trend in interior design where they have like pendant lights over the... Why did I put lamps on there? What am I doing? Yeah, anyway, I have to change that, I think. Anyhow, the whole thing is like you have pendant lights over the end tables rather than lamps. I don't know why I put lamps on there as well. I think I like put the pendant lights down and then completely forgot I did that and put the lamps on too. But yeah, it's rather than have a lamp, you have a pendant light hanging down, and that's like a little fashion thing for bedrooms for this year. And that's what I was trying to do, but I stuffed it up. Oh dear. Velvet, you did it again. I'll try and remember to fix that before I put it up on the gallery. No promises. No promises at all. So I'm just adding some little bits of pieces to the dresser, and I've just used the Dream Home Decorator dresser. I actually went quite hard Dream Home Decorator in this room. Just because, you know, when you're using a set, it actually, it all does work quite nicely together. And, you know, things will coordinate better. So, you know, more often than not, no, it depends. In that room, it worked really nicely. So just doing another small bathroom. So obviously we've got the blinds in this one because we have windows going all around. So this is a little bit squishier from that sense because of that. So I've used like the tiny home sink because that's actually a really nice small sink. It's like quite narrow, so it sits in those little narrow spaces even if you have got blinds. So that is a really good sink for small bathrooms. I'm just doing like a little sitting area underneath the stairs because why not? May as well use the space and decorate it some, because once again, just because it's a small space doesn't mean you can't decorate it and make it look pretty. Oh yeah, I was trying to find like I want new paintings in the game, guys. I really do. I just artwork in this game just is a bugbear with me. I want prettier art, and like so much of the art is just terrible and I don't like it and I don't want to use it because it uglies up the house, and I just want pretty art for my houses. So please, Sims 4, give me an art kit or an art pack, like an entire stuff pack of just art. Whoa, that would be so awesome. I'd love it. Anyway, on to the second bedroom of 3. This is on the 3rd floor, and this is going to be like a little single room, so more kind of like a teenager kind of room was more what I was going for. So I used actually the Eco Lifestyle bed. I don't know what dresser that is. I kind of thought high school years, but nah, can't be that. Eco Lifestyle shelf. So I'm just adding like some more bits and pieces to that shelf just to add a little bit more life to it. And I'm just using the Dream Home Decorator shelf just to drag things across so it's sitting at the right height rather than, you know, using Control 9 to lift up. And then it like sits at the wrong height and you just have to fuss around. It's a pain in the bottom. So I prefer to like use a shelf to drag it across where I can, because it sits nicer. And just using the tiny home stuff again, so using the desk, cute little desk, and use the floating shelf that comes with base game. I was just working out what I wanted to do under the window, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put like another chair, a little table, and it'll be like a nice little sitting area. It'll be quite cute. It did take me a little minute just to decide on what I wanted to do with like the rug and that sort of thing. I think I kind of skipped over. Oh, did I get that immediately? It's all good. I got there in the end anyway. Now, I have not much left to do, I don't think. So this is the last bedroom upstairs. So this has like a larger bathroom, since we could fit that in. Because we only had to make space for one set of stairs going up, being the top floor instead of the 2. So I did like a bath shower combo. So they've got the option of like a nice bath, and then I was able to fit like a toilet down the other end. So it's all like, you know, quite well squished in there, and should be all functional. I will play test it to make sure, but I don't see any problems with that. Nice and squishy, but it fits. That's the main thing. So I'm able to get some hanging stuff in there, some pictures, a rug, you know, all the little doodads. all gonna fit, and I just put some artwork on the walls as well. So this is the master bedroom, what I'm calling the master bedroom because it's on the top floor. You know, they've got the amazing view forever across the evergreen harbour. I'm using the Dream Home Decorator, I think, curtains, as well as just the blinds on the singles. It's just like there's not really a lot of good curtains that will sit nicely on a single window, I've found. I don't know, it can be like a challenge anyway to find like something that sits really nicely on that window where the curtain rail doesn't like poke through the wall. Anyway, it's a thing. So I'm going Snowy Escape in this bedroom. So I've used the Snowy Escape bed and the Snowy Escape side tables. And I'm using the Snowy Escape wardrobe, I think. I'm just trying something. I was trying something. Yeah, no, I changed it. I was like, no, hang on, that's right. I didn't do that because they sat too high against the windows and kind of blocked the windows. I'm like, oh, I don't really love that. Not digging that. So I think that's the Eco Lifestyle Dresser. I'm going to say Growing Together Mirror, Dream Home Decorator Chair. I'm actually bringing in like shades of like a nice soft pink into this with the chocolate and sort of like touches of blue as well, because we've done like, yeah, like each of the colours of the rooms has been quite different, but I think sort of harmonious at the same time, like the same sort of vibe, but not the same, if that makes sense. So just using the Growing Together shelf there, I think, just trying to find that colour. Just you know how it is with woods, like sometimes the packs just have all these different kinds of woods, so it's just like, yeah. Alrighty, so let's take a tour of what we did. So just coming around the house and taking a look at all the little pictures of all the pretty views and how it all came together. So it had like a brown brick on the, well, it's more a beige brick on the exterior, and then like had that white sort of sticky out part on the top, which I think we managed to achieve because we used the exterior trim and it gave it like a look where it sort of pulled it out a little bit, which I think is cool. And then going inside, so we've got all the sort of the warmth of the wood, which I think, yeah, is cozy and lovely and pretty. So I've sort of got touches of blues and whites, quite creamy, got like a little bit of yellow down here. And moving upstairs, that's one of the bathrooms upstairs, a little cutie squishy little thing, but it's like, you know, fully functional, and it's got like lots of decoration. So this is the first bedroom. This is our Dream Home Decorator bedroom, so like touches of blue with the woods, which I think is really nice. And yeah, we got like a little hanging area and a hanging clothes area. I better specify that. And that sort of thing. And then moving into our single bedroom, which is less of the blues but more sort of like the wood tones and that sort of thing, and the neutrals. And then upstairs we've gone to a little bit of pink in this room with touches of blue, which I think is really nice with the Snowy Escape room. So, escape pack, not the room. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. And otherwise, I will catch you in the next episode or next build. Whatever the case may be. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.